Hello everyone, my name is Ben. I work here at Thanksgiving Point in the Education Department, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about rockets. Specifically, we're going to talk about some of the forces that act on rockets. There are 4 forces that act on rockets during launch. The first force is the force of weight. That's the power of gravity pulling the weight of the rocket down towards the Earth. And that force increases the heavier the rocket is. The second force is thrust. Thrust is the force that is generated by the rocket's engines as they burn fuel to produce gas that pushes downward in order to lift the rocket up into space. The third force is lift. Lift is the force that keeps the rocket in the air as it's flying upward. And the final fourth force is drag. This is caused by friction generated by the air. In order for a rocket to launch into space, it needs a lot of energy. That energy is provided by the fuel that is burned in the rocket's engine. That's the reason why rockets are mostly made out of fuel, is because not only do they need all the energy and speed to make it through the Earth's atmosphere, is they also need a lot of speed in order to achieve orbit around the Earth. Orbit is a circular motion around a planet or another body with a lot of mass that is a balance of the force of gravity pulling the object down and that object's own speed moving it forward. In order to achieve orbit, rockets need to be going really fast. And that means they need a lot of fuel. So you end up with the problem where rockets need fuel to go fast, and that fuel has mass, which weighs the rocket down more. So they need fuel to go fast, and they need more fuel to push the fuel they need to go fast into orbit. In order to learn more about rockets and the forces that act on them, I think we should try making our own rocket outside. All right, now it's time for you to try making your own rocket at home. Well, a bottle rocket. If you're going to do this experiment at home, make sure you have an adult to help supervise, because you don't know where the rocket might fly or where it might land. To do this experiment, you will need 1 plastic bottle, some popsicle sticks or pencils or markers, a cork, some tape, vinegar and baking soda, and some measuring tools. We're going to make some legs for our rocket to stand on when it launches. You can decorate your bottle however you like, but you'll just need some sort of leg to support it. We're going to do this for ours by taping some popsicle sticks to the side. You could probably do just 3 legs if you wanted to. I'm going to do 4 for extra stability. Our next step is to add the vinegar to our rocket. You can use 1 to 2 cups, and part of the fun of this experiment is you can modify the ratios of vinegar to baking soda to see what results you get when your rocket launches. I'm going to use a funnel in order to help reduce spills. What we're going to do next is we're going to add our baking soda to a paper towel. That'll make it easier for us to put our baking soda in the rocket and then put the cork in at the end before it all starts fizzing up. So I'm going to add about a heaping tablespoon of baking soda. What's going to happen when we put our baking soda package into our rocket is it's going to soak through the paper towel and start fizzing and get that reaction going. And hopefully it'll give us time to put the cork in and step back before we launch it. So what's happening inside of our rocket? Well, just like real rockets, our bottle rocket is going to be mostly made out of fuel. In real life, rockets use a mixture of a lot of different chemicals and different kind of agents mixed with mainly hydrogen. Hydrogen is super efficient as a fuel source. When 2 hydrogen atoms bond together, they create a molecule that can release a lot of energy when it's burned. Our bottle rockets are going to use a different kind of chemical reaction in order to propel them upward. Our bottle rocket is going to use an acid-base neutralization reaction. The acid in the vinegar and the baking soda mix together to form carbonic acid and sodium acetate. These break down quickly to form water and a lot of gas. The pressure will then build up in our rocket and eventually cause the cork to fly out. When we channel that pressure and energy, it can allow us to shoot our rocket up into the sky. Now, make sure you have your eyeglasses on and get ready. You're gonna have to put the cork in quickly after you put the baking soda in your bottle rocket. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. We were able to see when our bottle rocket launched, it had the same forces affecting it as a real rocket would. There was gravity pulling it down. There was the thrust and lift coming from our fuel pushing the rocket into the air. And there was the drag as the friction from the air slowed it down slightly. One thing you can do is after you've tested your rocket, try adding a cone on the top to make a nose, or try adding some fins on the side and see how those modifications affect the thrust, the drag, and the other forces acting on your bottle rocket. Thank you for watching. Have fun trying this at home. Feel free to leave us a comment letting us know how your experiment went, and have fun blasting off. 3, 2, 1, blast off!